Hey, happy Friday, you guys. I am getting my lunch ready. I am making just a bagged Caesar salad for lunch. So giving myself a small break. Days like today are where I went to the gym to work out, got that part done. I picked up my car because it has been dealing with like a radiator issue, but thank the Lord it is fixed finally. And other than that, my car has been great because I get asked that. I have a Land Rover Discovery. I know it's like a 50-50 crapshoot, people, what they think about Land Rover, Range Rover, blah, blah, blah. It's been a good car for me. It actually, this week, hit 100,000 miles. It's a 2019. But anyways, I'm hopping on real quick because at the gym, I was reminded of something, and I think it's important to share the learning lessons along the way in hopes that it will, I don't know if inspire you or just remind you. We've got two options in our life. We can use things as our reason or our excuse. And for me personally, I am the type of human being that I like using things as my reason. I don't really use things as excuses for staying behind, staying in a funk, whatever. I really don't. I really try to use everything as a learning lesson. I try to use things as a reason to push myself forward. And I have been doing that, honestly. I got pregnant at 16, for sure since then. Back then it was because I didn't want to be a statistic of a teenage mom, blah, blah, blah. I have my reasons for it. But anyways, today at the gym, so I went to the gym. I get people lately have been asking me, like, what are you doing? Because you look great. I love carbs, y'all. I literally, right now, I have an iced caramel macchiato venti with extra ice. I drink coffee creamer, pumpkin spice right now. I eat pasta, tortillas. I eat anything I want, you know, like I don't really restrict myself on diet. With that said, I have arthritis, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, and a third one too. So dietary things, sometimes like if I eat a lot of dairy, my hands swell up in the morning, my joints start hurting, but honestly, sometimes it just doesn't slow me down because I love carbs, I love cheese, I love tortillas, blah, blah, blah. However, I was at the gym today and I'm working on my machines. So I do 10 minutes of cardio in the form of the treadmill. I don't go all crazy. I just put it on a 3.5, 3.6 pace. I walk 10 minutes. Sometimes I do the stair climber. And if I do the stair climber, I do 11 to 13 floors. And when I do those things, when I'm done, then I go to the machines. I get legs done, arms done, but I usually on average stay 30-minute workout total. So between 10 minutes, then I'll do 20 minutes of machines. I do not do more than 45 minutes. Those of you that have been around my social media for any amount of time or have known me personally know in 2021, I had something funky take place. I don't know if it was stress induced or COVID shot related or whatever, right? I have no idea. But I lost a ton of muscle movement and muscle memory on my right side. And so it gets like, it was putty-like. It was like super freakish. I lost a ton of weight. I had gained it all back after, but now I'm back to like a size and stuff that I'm satisfied with, right? But needless to say, when I try to overexert myself with exercise, it's as if I need to go into hibernation because my body gets on like overload and it's really weird. But anyways, I've just learned my body. And so my routine when it comes to the gym is I go more days than I don't. And I learned, for so long, I was a 7 days in or 0 days in kind of gal with the gym. And that extreme thinking, I did that for years and years and years and years and years, over a decade, maybe even 2. And so it's like, you do really great. And then but if I would miss 1 day, instead of getting right back on the horse, then it was just like, oh, then I'm going to be lazy and, you know, whatever. So last year, at some point last year, I think it was probably November, December, I just came along with the idea of more days than I don't. And it gives me not a set number to hit, but what I have found is through the process of just being flexible with myself mentally that way, I end up going to the gym on average at least 3 to 4 days. But there are weeks that I will go 5-6 days a week. I love it. It's my time to process things. I have that thought processing time on the treadmill. I can answer emails, I can send emails, I can just do whatever I need to do. And it just gives me that moment while it's also taking care of my health. And so today, while I was at the gym, something that I realized, and it goes back to this point that I wanted to share with you guys, and then I got to shut my face with my salad on my break, and then I got to get back to work, but is this on the machine. So when I'm doing the machines today on my legs, a few of the exercises that I was doing, like the hip abductor exercise, I have been going at 70 pounds. When I first started that exercise earlier this year, y'all, I was doing about 40 pounds, and then I have worked my way up to 70. Today I was pretty shocked though, because I was like, God, this thing feels really easy. And so I bumped it up 5 pounds, tried it, still easy, tried 10, still easy. And so instead I just put the median button back onto 0 pounds, and I upped it to 85, and 85 felt great. So it was interesting because sometimes what you think you're going in to do, right? You get into your routine and you don't realize the progress you've made until you realize it. And so today I realized I've been going at 70, and for some reason I was paying attention enough today to where I bumped it up to 85. So I went up 15 pounds, right? There's other exercises. So like my arms, because my right side, again, y'all, it's not, I've never had strong arms, but my right side, like when I'm doing weights, you can see the right side. It's like real reactive. It looks kind of funky sometimes, like my movements, they're not as fluid as my left side. And so I have to be really careful with that. And I try not to overexert, because or else Operation Sam's Got Putty Arms happens, and it's uncomfortable. It feels weird. There's tingling, and it just, again, my body gets exhausted, and I'm not trying to prove anything to myself, right? I'm trying to stay consistent with the routine and healthy habits. So I have to, I've had to learn how to be gentle with myself in that regard. But the weight, so on my arms exercise on the machine that I did today, I have been staying at 25 pounds, or I guess, 25 pounds. No, 15. It's been at 15. So did 15 pounds. And then today the same thing happened where I was like, wait a second, this feels kind of easy. So I upped it to 25 pounds and it felt fine. It stretched me a little bit, but it wasn't crazy, but it was enough to where that 15, I was just like going in, you're not supposed to be doing that, right? Like it's controlled movement so that we're getting the exercise in the way that we need to get it in. And so it was just such a good reminder. And then I go and I do free weights. So I was doing free weights. I was doing some squats with controlled weight. I upped the weight by an extra 10 pounds today. So it's interesting, like I upped on several things, but I go to do those free weights, right? And I'm pressing down and going up. And then when I was done with that, I realized like halfway in between, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to get the weights for my arms. So I go and get the dumbbells. And so, like you're upping weights, right? Like I'm upping, going, I'm in the zone, whatever. And then guess what happened? My dumbbells, I'm so reminded that don't get caught in a number, don't get caught in the performance, because so you're like, I'm upping all these weights, but my dumbbells, y'all, 8 pounds a piece, 8 pounds a piece. And even with the 8 pounds, like I'm going up. So set 1 is fine. Set 2, I'm feeling it a little bit. Set 3 and 4, I was like having to breathe after every single one because it was kicking my ass. And I just want to remind you, don't get caught up in what everybody else is doing. Don't get caught up in all the things you do so well either. Like, I could have been intimidated by 8 pounds, and not intimidated in a I'm scared, blah, blah, blah way. No, intimidated in like, God, get with yourself, get a higher, go get 10 pounds, go get 20 pounds because you're doing all these other weights, blah, blah, blah. I didn't. I totally did not. I understand where I'm at, and there's some things that I'm growing and like leveling up, right? I'm going there. These 8 pounds, I had to start from somewhere, right? And 5 pounds is too light, but 8 pounds. And I've been doing the 8 pounds the last few visits to the gym. Tomorrow when I go back, I'm not gonna up it to 10. I'm at an 8 still. I just know that I'm at an 8 on that, but these other things I'm at a 70, 85, whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, just be patient with yourself and love yourself through it. Mindset is so important. And in order for you to achieve anything that you're going to want to achieve, anything, what I am learning along the way is for so long, I have lived my life with such a high standard of expecting so much out of myself, and high performance, high productivity, be a wife at a level 50, not a 10, on scale 1 to 10, be a 50 wife, right? A mom, be a 50, a worker, be 100, like just all of these things, like you're pushing and pushing. And the problem with it is, yeah, can you do it for a while? Sure. But when it comes to a quality of living, I would much rather consistently be something, many of some things actually, than trying to exert myself and then needing those days of recoup because I'm just burnt out, and not because I don't have the desire to want to live my best life, but rather just because when you push yourself to a crazy limit, it's going to be crazy, right? There's going to be a reaction that's not positive necessarily. And so today I was just reminded of that, and I wanted to share it with you because, like I said, while in some things I'm an 85, others I'm an 8, and I was completely okay with that. And a year ago, I would have defined that as unacceptable behavior, right? Like you better get up to what you're doing over here so that it all matches. And this time I didn't. And, while I was doing those pounds, like 8 pounds at a time, and I'm in front of the mirror, I see things. I see that my muscles are defining, right? I see that I'm growing stronger. I see the confidence building in the mirror. Fun fact, I think people assume that I'm very confident in my looks. I am not. I'm very self-conscious. Even doing this video without makeup, I don't like it. It's very uncomfortable for me. However, I have learned that the more that I am investing in learning myself, and the more that I am investing in being consistent and showing up for myself, the better I'm able to look at the reflection in the mirror and be happy and proud of what I see. And that's huge. That's huge because I have lived majority of my life not liking the reflection I see in the mirror. Like I've always nitpicked myself and always torn myself apart, and have always looked at in the mirror with instead of seeing the good, seeing the bad and where I'm falling short and everything wrong with me. Again, that's a lot of conditioning that's taken place over the years, right? But this new journey that I've been on, and again, healing is not easy, and it's not linear, and it's not, there's no start and finish. I'm not going to finish a race. This is something that I made a dedication to myself, that I'm going to invest in my healing, and investing in my healing means that I will be healing every single day for the rest of my life. I'm never going to hit a finish line. And because of that, I tend to stay uncomfortable more days than I don't. But there's also such positive things. So today, that was the big lesson. I hope it inspires you. I don't know what you're going through, but if you are watching this video, there's a reason it's reached you. There's a reason. And I want to encourage you to keep going. I want to encourage you that I see you and I love you and you matter. I want to thank you for inspiring me, because when you guys comment, you message me, text me, if you don't know me personally, but you send me private messages or you comment on any of my stuff, y'all, I see it, I watch it. I don't have no PR manager or anything. I'm a normal human being like you. But I want you to know that it keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to share with you guys what's going on, in hopes to let you know that you really are just not by yourself. And that us everyday people can make one single decision to change our lives. And that one single decision, while it can be hard at times, and we sometimes want to change our mind and say, never mind, I want to go to my comfort zone, and I'm fine with it being all screwed up. I'd rather be there because at least it's more comfortable than doing all this and learning myself and reflecting on myself and blah, blah, blah. You're choosing to live the best version of yourself. And I'm proud of you for that. And I'm proud of me for that too. Because this isn't just a you journey. I'm on the same damn journey like you guys. So with that said, I'm going to eat this damn salad. I'm gonna go finish my venti iced caramel macchiato with extra ice in a Trenta cup, and go get all my work done, because today is Friday. And when that is done, I am hoping to have enough time to go wash my car. And yeah, I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna make for dinner. It's gonna be a game time decision. I'm either gonna do soup, make homemade tomato basil soup, or I am going to do pasta with a cream sauce. big time adulting decisions. This is what happens when you don't have your children on a weekend. You get to just live scandalous, trying to decide what you're gonna want. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.